were telling me a little bit about him. I'm really, really sorry for your loss. He sounds like a great guy, and we would really love to know who he was and what he did for the community and everything. James.
Absolutely amazing human being. And, we like I said earlier, Joel and I met him back on Flogging Molly Cruise years ago. Obviously, he co-started the chapter down here in South Florida with JC. But he was a unique soul. I mean, he cared about everyone. It didn't matter who you were. He would go up to you, give you a hug. He'd give you the shirt off his back. Electrolytes. He always made sure you had your electrolytes at a show. You see us at shows with the rubber chickens. That's Cody. He'd give people out rubber chickens and put a smile on their face. The bubbles that you saw me shooting at propaganda. The bubbles, that's a Cody thing. Bubbles that makes everyone happy, puts a smile on everyone's face. So you'll always see bubbles in the pit when we're at a show. Now we hand out bubbles at our table, hey, take bubbles, go blow them. And it's unfortunately he did pass about 3 months ago. In fact, he left on not only like our local community here, but all over the country. I mean, people came out of the woodwork from every corner of the country with stories and memories of him, because he bounced around a lot, and he was one of those characters that wherever he went, if you met him one time, he left that impression on you. You go, who was that?
Yeah, you knew exactly.
You knew
exactly
that was
who he was.
Yeah.
He was everywhere, and fantastic. And I know a lot of people that are watching the podcast were honored and blessed to have Cody come around and be able to meet Cody, and stuff like that. I mean, NoFX just did their 40 Years of Fucking Up movie that they just released, and Cody is in the credits of that movie because he knew them very well. Yeah, NoFX super fan. When they did, was it Ventura? With that smelly from NoFX.
Yeah.
Cody passed in January, 4 days after my mom passed away. So shout out to Mom as well. I know she's watching. They both are, and it was a tough time for us and for our chapter, but not just for us, but for the community nationally. So many people around the country knew him and knew his story, knew his energy, and respected him and loved him for it. So it was a vacuum. It was a punch to the chest in January. But we carry on along with everybody else that's watching this podcast right now in his honor. So when I say Cody still has his hand on every single thing that we do. We couldn't mean that more. I know they agree. Self and Cody started the South Florida chapter. Right. Yeah, we met volunteering for PRSL at the NoFX show a few years ago when they played at it wasn't NoFX, Bouncing Souls at a Culture Room in Fort Lauderdale there. Met from there, talked in the parking lot about starting a chapter, and then didn't talk at all for like 6 months. Had this great idea, and then we just reconnected again. He was like, all right, is it time to do it? And I was like, yeah, let's go. And we've been running ever since.
On the Flogging Molly cruise, I am head to toe in Miami Dolphins stuff. I just noticed this guy staring at me everywhere I went, and he's dressed like Sailor Moon. So I'm like, who is this guy? And then he followed me into the bathroom to talk to me about the Miami Dolphins. And then it turned out that, he lives in Fort Lauderdale. I told him the bar that I work at, and that was it. And then he showed up to my bar.
On the cruise at the same time, he came over and said, hey, you won't believe this. This guy just, came over and talked to me because I was wearing Dolphin stuff. He's a local. So on the cruise, there's people from all over the world, but it's rare to find people in the same neighborhood. And we realized we went to the same shows. We liked the same music, knew a lot of the same people. I was there when he came into his bar. Yeah, he was a man of many outfits.
He had also just gotten in a serious car accident, cracked his head open.
Very serious.
Had his head stapled together, left the hospital, and went straight onto the cruise.
Yeah, this was right before the cruise.
So that was the other thing. He was Sailor Moon. He was like pale, like he looked like he was, like he had his head cracked open. So this is all dedicated to him now. We couldn't save our own. So now we're going to try even harder. So Rest in peace, Cody. He got to see the Panthers win a championship.
Really hold this up here. This is immaculate. Oh, I see the Florida Panthers on there. And you could just look at this jacket all day and look at all